You're always on some honky bullshit, dude. I know.
Damn. Honkies are everywhere.
Nowadays.
The eradication of all
Hey,
honkies.
watch out for my cup, bro.
No, not a white person, but like a honky.
I feel like Trey's probably the biggest honky, dude.
Damn. And this is the Cream Pod, episode 46.
46, dude.
Is there any significance behind the number 46 to y'all?
No, but this is the
Joe used to have like 46 on his shoe.
No athletes, no.
I don't think there is any
Yeah,
46s
it's
that
not a
I'm aware
very
of.
ceremonious number.
This is the first podcast since we had an all-girl astronaut group venture out into space. There's some significance in that.
Dude, that fucking pissed off everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't a good timing.
It seems like nobody was fucking with that shit at all.
Ah, dude, people
Oh,
love
yeah.
that shit, dude.
Doing something like that during, like, when the fucking, I don't know, world ain't even all together right now. Society sucks.
Some deep political, social commentary right there, Trey.
See, when I saw it, I was kind of like, all right, cool, whatever. And then on the internet, I saw some people, and I guess, like, I get some of their points. Like, yeah, like the economy shit right now. And fucking you, like, gloated in everyone's faces that you get to go up into space. And,
Yeah.
like, but that's kind of, like, the saltiest, like, way of looking at it. Like, but they were a bunch of dumb bitches about it, dude.
Well, if I
Like,
hopped on a spaceship and it was all women flying the plane, I would jump off immediately.
They weren't
after-
piloting.
Yeah, they weren't piloting.
I killed my punchline so
Oh,
intensely
fuck,
right
my
there, bro.
bad,
That
bro.
was brutal. Jesus Christ.
we
that was
can we
fun.
can edit and retake it. You wanna?
Nah, forget it, dude. I'll save it.
What was the punchline?
It's getting saved, dude.
Dude, he's putting that in the
That's
back
why we
of
don't
his-
cut
I think
people
you
off.
told me this joke earlier.
He's probably
Damn,
told
my
us
bad, dude.
one day.
Fuck. All right.
You think I wasn't? You think I thought that Katy Perry was piloting the plane? Y'all are just so quick to try to correct somebody. That,
Hey, well, we apologize. Okay?
Well, I didn't want anybody out there to think that they were piloting the plane. That was more of, I didn't think that you were actually.
People are very intelligent who watch the Cream Pod, dude. So I don't think that any of them would believe that fucking
That's on me,
Jeff
actually. yeah.
Bezos' whore lizard wife was fucking driving a spaceship.
Did she go with him?
Yeah, it was all her friends. Jeff Bezos owns Blue Origin, which is like the rival to SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's
Call it
space
a rival.
exploration program.
They're more like rival NASA, and then SpaceX is above both.
And yeah, so they've been doing test runs for commercial space travel. So basically they want to make it like pretty much just like an attraction. If you're super rich, you can pay like $1 million and fly into fucking space like they did, dude. So it's pretty much a giant ad for Blue Origin in the future of commercial space travel, dude.
If you guys were rich as fuck, would you go up into space with
I don't
Katy
think so.
Perry? And
Dude, it looked kind of scary, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
it
I'm-
looked,
I'm
yeah,
not,
it
like,
did look
adventurous in
scary,
that
but
way.
it looked like, I mean,
I don't really like going.
it looked
on a
like they were
plane.
having fun up there. Like,
I don't really like going on a plane.
seemed like a good time, floating and shit,
Yeah,
holding flowers in the camera.
but if anything fucks up, you're cooked instantly.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, there's no like surviving it. Like, there's a chance to survive a plane crash. Like,
Well, dude, like anything like that, like any like attraction type of ride has some sort of safety net. And when you do some shit like that, or like the submarine tours that like killed the people trying to look at the Titanic,
yeah,
like I don't know, like there's no safety net, like you could die.
And it's bad for you. Like those people who were stuck at the space station, they came back and their like faces have like morphed and stuff, and they like can't walk and shit.
yeah. They had to like go immediately to.
They
the
were up there for
hospital.
like months, dude.
They're like 8 months or some shit like
Do
that.
you think that they were fucking? You think they were part of the 40 Mile High Club?
Probably.
Maybe
What do you think?
40,000 Mile High Club.
You think if you nutted in space, it like would float around and shit?
Well, dude,
Yeah.
honestly, with the way gravity works, I feel I've thought about this before.
Oh, interesting.
Nutting might fuck you up, bro. Because who says it's even gonna like shoot out like normal, or that everything's even working right internally because the gravity's all fucked up? Because like,
Yeah, I don't know
like
if
what if I don't
about
know?
that,
What if it like
actually.
gets stuck back there? Like I don't know.
I don't think
What if you even hurt yourself?
gravity is the driving factor that makes semen shoot out of you.
science is
I don't
right
think it
behind
is
that.
either, but like the absence of it could mess it up.
I mean, you could say like, what if none of your blood works anymore and can't pump through your body?
Well, I'm
because
just saying, like, I'm just saying that there
you
could
could
be,
nut in space.
There could be some dangers to nutting in space. I wouldn't just fucking
I had to look into that.
carelessly
you
bust
wouldn't
a nut
blast off.
in the spaceship, unless it was inside of Katy Perry.
Yeah, well, they were just, I don't know. They're so not cool and terrible about it. They're calling themselves astronauts and then like comparing themselves to other astronauts and shit.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of debate about that, and I guess I've never thought about what the actual definition of a fucking astronaut is. Because, like, I just kind of figured if you were in the spaceship, like, it's just like that was the word for people that go to space. Like,
If you ride on a fucking little horse at a petting zoo, are you a fucking cowboy?
well, I don't know. Like, I didn't know that like astronaut was. I feel like apparently like an astronaut is someone specifically that pilots a spaceship or something.
Well, yeah, I feel like you should be in control of the ship if you're an astronaut, or not even that, because I know that like the future of space travel is probably going to be more like remote controlled, like spacecrafts. But I feel like you should be like on like a specialized task force. Like I feel like you should be carrying out some sort of space tasks
Yeah, maybe.
when you're up there.
It's kind of like if you put out a fire, are you a fireman? You know, like
No, yeah. See, no, they're fucking awful, dude. Katy Perry. I used to think she was cool back in the day. Like I Kissed
She
a
had a
Girl and
good
shit.
run.
And
Yeah, she
she's
had a really good
become
run.
so like intensely not cool.
I
bro.
feel like I haven't really seen anything of her like since American Idol until this.
she's still on that shit, dude.
Is
Yeah,
she still
she
on
doesn't-
American Idol?
Yeah, I think so, dude.
She doesn't do cool stuff.
Going to
agree with
space
Joe.
isn't cool.
Not the way she did it.
Going to space is cool, but she made it uncool, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
They
Really
were annoying
By
about
making
like
it
it now.
fucking so cringy, dude. Like if they were just like, yeah, like I went to space. Like, yeah, like space is cool. Like we're like, all right. But she was like holding up a fucking dandelion and like we're girls taking up space.
Dude, we should have sent like we should have sent the Jackass crew into space.
That would have been
If we
more
were
enjoyable.
sending a group of celebrities and recording it, they should have sent like Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville. And then like maybe they can throw in Travis Pastrana. He can like jump out of it or some shit.
That would be cool. But I don't know, dude. Do you think girls need to work on taking up space, dude?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an area you're like, I wish they were taking up more space? Well, I guess the club,
Yes.
dude. I have been in certain cities where I like
Yeah,
wish
actually.
that girls were taking up more space.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my room,
Yeah.
my heart.
Yeah, that didn't work out. That was not a good one.
I heard Michelle Obama get interviewed the other day, and she was saying that black women are so used to internalizing their struggles that they often are hesitant to speak out and voice their struggles and concerns. Do you think that that's something that specifically black women need to work on? Is being too quiet about
Don't
their
trap me.
opinions?
Don't trap me into a question
It's
like
just-
that.
That's what she said. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know personally. I was just wondering
That's
if you
an
guys.
insightful question.
I have
think I have
no
that.
When
idea.
you think about black women, you're like, hey, like they don't speak out or speak about things that they have a problem with or dislike vocally enough. Like they're too quiet and reserved and keep everything in.
yeah,
That's proof that Michelle Obama's never met a black woman before.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think black women are like, I'd say they're more known for like being strong opinioned and like, yeah, I'd say the opposite of that.
That's what you think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't got enough knowledge on
That's
it.
I,
Jay's take.
I personally don't have an opinion on it. I just thought it was an interesting thing I saw in the interview.
Oh,
Damn, dude. I have something way more fucking serious to talk about.
oh God, it's gonna be like not serious at all. What you got?
It is serious, bro. And is JoJo Siwa
Yeah.
fucking questioning her sexuality, bro?
Yeah, I think Big Brother has been an emotional roller coaster for her.
Dude, can I say that I was a little disappointed when I heard the news?
Why?
What news are you talking about?
Like the news that she was saying she's not a lesbian. I was kind of like, oh, like
I don't think that that's what she's. Well, she did say I'm not a lesbian, but I think she's still like
She
munches
still likes
rug.
girls.
I was about to say, what about her little coffee bean? Like, so just all that meant nothing. Like,
She did. She actually came out recently in an interview and said that like when she dropped Karma, like that was her. Even though it wasn't her, it was a song written for somebody else that was recorded. But that she resonated with that song. But she said like coffee bean. What's the one where there's like teddy bears and she was like a construction worker who was like dropping it and shit.
that one. Yeah, I know which one. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
that
about.
was-
Yeah.
She said that shit's not JoJo. She said that was pushed onto her by record executives. And she said she also like this whole thing where she like was drinking Fireball on stage and shit. She said that's not her either. She said it was apple juice actually.
See, I knew that wasn't the real JoJo.
Yeah,
Didn't seem
she's
like
trying
that.
too hard.
I don't. So, do you think her relationship was kind of like some shit they told her to do,
Yeah.
or maybe like someone her agent introduced her to, and it was kind of like they kind of like pushed her into? Are they still together?
Her and her girlfriend. I don't think so, dude. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so. I think she's been through a few bitches. Remember
Wow.
she yelled at that dude and she was like, "You're just mad because I fuck more bitches than you."
Hey, bro. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, like JoJo's messy. You know what I'm saying? Like
she's messy.
JoJo's messy, but
She does do her thing.
the shit with Big Brother was unexpected.
When Mickey Rourke was fucking trolling her for being a lesbian.
Which I was like, he looks so gay. I was like, I would assume you're gay. Like,
He
if
does
I
look
met
pretty
you.
fucking
he
gay
looks
to
gay. I was
me.
like, yeah, I don't know, dude. She should have just been like, I look like more of a fucking dude than you or something.
But I think
like,
so. We were actually talking about this. Like we see all these podcasters online and like vloggers and stuff, like Josh Peck, David Dobrik, like all of these like LA like bros,
all of our heroes,
and they talk
boys?
like they're gay,
the
dude.
gang. No, but they all talk like they're gay. Yeah.
But I don't think they're actually. Some of them might actually be gay, but I don't. I think that's how like dudes and fucking over there talk, bro. Like I think they're so kind of socially neutered that like they literally like are a little gay.
They all like kind of talk like this, and they're all like, "Oh my god."
Well, they have like feminine like inflections like in their sentences. They're like, yes, like
Yes.
yeah, literally.
Yes.
And they're always talking about like how they like felt about shit. Like how much total time on the Cream Pod has been spent talking about how you like the emotions that you like felt about, like the negative emotions you felt about something that weren't like anger, but were like sadness and like
Sadness.
and uncertainty.
Damn, what has made me sad lately? Maybe we should be getting more in touch.
Dang.
You
Nick
think?
was
So
Nick
emotional
was
side.
getting angry earlier. Do you want to tell everybody why you're getting angry?
When? I get angry all the
It's like
fucking time.
it was about an hour ago.
Oh, when I like banging on my table and shit. Oh, and I was just eating shit. Marvel Rivals. And
No, it
fucking-
wasn't even that. We were playing good at this point. You were talking about communication and shit.
Oh, dude, I was just getting mad because, like, dude, nobody talks. Like, nobody talks. Like, it's 1000% easier to win if you're literally just like, hey, look over there. And just everyone's like, and you can, like, see when people have mics. And people will, like, hop in at the end of the game to, like, yell at something or talk shit to you. And I do.
Frustrating as fuck.
I was actually thinking about it because I was thinking about when I was playing Call of Duty a bunch a few months back. And it's just like people talk less in like public chats on video games in general. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just like the new generation. They're not like, they don't fucking just like,
Well, you can get banned a lot easier now.
yeah, I think it's that. And like, but like, dude, if you used to play like any game that had online, like 2K, fucking Madden, Call of Duty, whatever, anytime you were somewhere where there was a bunch of mics at once, it would just be like hella voices, like all at once, like mayhem.
Yeah.
And then
You don't
now
get
they
that a
just
lot.
sit there and they're just.
Well, I think they just play with their friends, dude. I think most people are not even in the actual like game lobby chat.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's easier now to play with your friends than it was in the past.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude, everything's crossplay now, and then you have Discord, which was such a fucking game changer, low key. I feel like that's not talked about enough.
Say something about it, dude.
I just did. It was fucking, but like,
Well, Discord was huge.
yeah, bro, just being able to create a party that like
now-
all consoles could join.
Yeah, because now you're way more likely to like play with like your Xbox homies or PlayStation, depending on what you're on. Like the opposite, and like that was like Fortnite's really what first started that shit. But before that, like there was none of that shit.
Well, they really desegregated video games, dude.
Yeah,
We used to be on
desegregation.
separate but equal servers, but now we all game together in unison, dude. It's actually pretty beautiful. Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, dude, it's always weird when like you die in a game that has like a kill cam or something, and then like you're spectating their screen and it's like PlayStation buttons.
Yeah. Which those PlayStation buttons are fucking stupid, bro. They're like shapes.
Yeah, they are shapes.
Like it was like designed for like a fucking 7-year-old fucking kid with Down syndrome or something. Like press octagon. Like
There's not
the
an
fuck
octagon.
out of here, dude.
There's not an octagon.
you know, there's not an octagon.
That was just like,
Y'all have A, B, X, and Y like letters.
well, yeah, that's common. That's like standard input for buttons. Like you ever like seen like a keyboard?
So y'all
Like-
just want to be PC. Y'all can figure something out on your own.
Like imagine
wanna
if you
be
had a
new,
keyboard and you had
so
to
to copy
fucking
something
type
else.
it out in shapes, dude.
Couldn't copy something else.
And you know,
Couldn't copy something else.
A but
Y'all had
A
to
and
copy.
What
You
does
B,
that
couldn't make
mean?
anything new.
A and B was already established by Nintendo. Like, you know,
You just copied them.
and we were trying to build. No, we're helping build a standard.
No.
And Sony, and PlayStation.
And all
just
your
thinks they're
buttons
so
are
much
like
better.
colorful. Like gay.
Yeah, our buttons are, or they used to be. They're not anymore. They're all the same color now. They haven't been different colors since like the 360.
Yeah, I don't think they're different colors, dude.
Yeah, they're not.
The basic controller. It's not different colors.
But I still do
No.
associate them with the color. They might be different colors. Nah,
Pretty sure they
I don't
are.
think they are.
No, they're not. It's like black with like a white letter.
But I know that red is B, Y is yellow, X is green, and A is or no, A is green and X is blue.
Yeah, those are the Xbox colors.
Wow.
Yes,
All of the colors.
that was it.
Xbox Rainbow.
What the fuck, dude?
That was funny.
We about to kiss, dude.
You guys could do a commercial.
We are drinking wine.
Damn, yeah, we are drinking.
And a
wine
little
tonight.
feel a little frisky.
We came up on a shit ton of wine, so you're gonna be seeing this the next few episodes.
Yeah, you might see some wine.
Might
Getting
see
very
stuff get a lot
classy.
touchier around
We
here.
have been, blessed with like 20 bottles of wine.
We're getting cozier in here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a lot more comfortable.
We're getting gayer, really. We're just getting gayer.
This is significantly gayer than beer.
No, yeah, I think like I said earlier, I think yeah.
It's hard to feel tough while drinking a glass of wine.
No, actually I kinda do feel tough because I think back at like the Game of Thrones and
You have
like
to
they were
rip
all
it
drinking
like
wine.
this.
What do y'all think the gayest
Nah,
drug
you
is,
do
dude?
it like this.
The gayest drug is ecstasy. But
Correct.
Yeah, no, it's the ecstasy.
No, I
That's
mean
it,
ecstasy's pretty gay.
that's the gayest drug. Yeah.
Is Molly just ecstasy? Is that the same thing?
So, I mean, based on, I guess what I was told when I was taking these drugs as a child, that like your average like ecstasy pill or like a roll or some shit is Molly, which is MDMA, like mixed with like this other shit,
Like fentanyl?
and then Molly, just like the crystals, is like pure MDMA.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
But then I don't even know if that's correct. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like,
That meant nothing to me, what you just said, dude.
it did. It meant nothing.
Because, like, what the fuck is MDMA, dude?
It's, dude, damn, I used to know what it is.
Like,
It's
is that the active ingredient in ecstasy? Like, THC is, like, the active ingredient in weed.
yeah, MDMA is like the active. It's like methyl di something methamphetamine. It ends in methamphetamine. That's what MDMA. I remember that.
That makes more sense, I guess. Kind of.
But no, I would say that's the gayest drug, dude.
Because you're, like, rolling around and shit.
But I want to say that, like, I'm not saying that, like, just because you do ecstasy, you're gay. And, like, I've done ecstasy a bunch of times. Never blew any dudes. Coke, honestly, is a little gayer than, like, other drugs.
Yeah, it does seem gayer. It seems like it would be a drug of choice for gay people.
See, I would say meth is a pretty straight drug.
Meth seems straight, dude, but I feel like there's probably. Do you think there's a higher percentage of dudes butt fucking on coke than there is, dude? Or do you think a higher percentage of meth users indulge in gay activity, or a higher percentage of cocaine users?
Cocaine for sure, bro.
Yeah, because I think.
Because, like, fucking everyone does cocaine, dude. Meth is only done by, like, the weirdest of the weirdos.
Well, but they could be gay, like proportionally in a higher percentage. But you don't think that's the case?
I mean, I'd have to look at the data, but if I had to bet money on it, I would say
The
no.
data- do we have someone pull up the data, dude?
We need a dude in a chair, bro.
It's like
We
a
need
notebook with like handwritten fucking numbers on it.
We need a Jamie, bro.
Yeah, that's what Trey could be if he wasn't so fucking retarded. Knew how to use a
It could be
computer.
any of us
Yeah,
if we were. I mean, none of us have those skills. Damn,
skills
bro.
to do what,
Be a producer and sit
bro?
there. And,
This is a podcast that's literally being produced right now, dude.
facts. No, you're
Bro,
right.
like the Joe Rogan setup, they got nicer cameras and microphones, and they have I think they have 3 shots. They have like a head on, and then like a wide angle shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more than us. I'm sure they have good lighting too, but it's like a simple operation. Like they say that Jamie's like the only producer on Joe Rogan and edits it and uploads.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. We could have a guy like that. Whoa, careful, Trey. And then think about that. What if we had a dude sitting like right there, and we would be like, "Hey, like look that up." Like
He was
hot
our
milf,
slave.
Thanks, stepson. No,
No, he doesn't have to be our
He would
slave.
have. He would have to be calm. He couldn't be our slave.
No, bro, I mean WrestleMania. I did want to talk about WrestleMania, dude. We watched it.
WrestleMania was cool, dude. I saw Logan Paul do a pretty sweet backflip, dude. He bounced like off the bottom rope and like landed on the dude on the other side of the ring.
What? He landed on. He jumped off the bottom rope.
Yeah, so he like grabbed the rope, jumped off the like put his feet on the bottom rope, bungeed up, and did like a fucking backflip like all the way across the ring. It was kind of crazy, actually.
Do y'all fuck with the fact that it's 2 days now?
No, I think it should just be
Been like
one
that
day,
for,
dude.
like, a while, but yeah.
You like the 2 day ones?
Yeah.
I think it should just be one day, honestly. I think 2 days is too much. That's a lot to ask from the viewer. 2 fucking full, like,
Dude.
like 4-hour wrestle sessions.
It
dude.
looks like both days the stadium's packed out though.
Do you think they could do the Super Bowl like that?
Like they play 2 games.
Like literally. Like, do you think?
What if it's what if it's a tie?
Well, no. Like, not that. Like, do you think they could sell out like the Super Bowl 2 days in a row?
Yes, they sell out the football games just regular.
But like, I guess I don't even know how to ask this.
Yes, they could fill up. They
Yeah,
fill
I
up
don't know.
stadiums
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
football
yeah,
games.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah. Really, do you think it'd be as big of a deal? Like, right? Because it feels like WrestleMania, is still like it didn't really like diminish. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like one day doesn't really feel like lesser than the other. Do either of y'all see what I'm saying with this?
I feel like the first day feels like lesser than the second one, dude. Personally,
Supposed to be.
I think it should be one day, dude. If you're asking me, I think I just 2 days. It just seems like too much of a commitment, dude. The 2 days, which, like that's a lot of fucking WWE, dude. And it seems like it's almost like they kind of got some filler matches in there, dude. Like they could have trimmed down. Like if you like took all the matches that happened on the 2 days of WrestleMania and then cut out the bottom half of the shitty ones. That's a good event right there, dude. Like it should have been like Rhea Ripley fucking girls match. Logan Paul. Maybe the fucking what was like the street fight in the cage with Drew McIntyre and fucking Damian Priest. That could have been in there.
Yeah, the CM Punk one.
Yeah,
And then,
that
Jey Usos. That was the one for the fucking title.
you do that, and then you do fucking the John Cena shit. That's a whole WrestleMania right there, dude. Like I feel like we don't need to necessarily see. I don't know.
I was about to say, well, I can't even think of like what other matches were there.
Just they're that insignificant to you, dude. There was like twice that many matches. Dude.
They had the Randy Orton thing with that guy from TNA.
Yeah,
What's
they
his
could
name?
have definitely cut that shit.
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
Hendry.
That dude was kind of goofy.
Yeah, that dude was a clown.
Do you think we'll see him in the WWE again?
Yep.
Probably, dude.
It seemed like people liked him.
He was in the Royal Rumble too.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
You doing good, dude?
No, I've been like fucking allergies and shit.
Yeah, it sucks ass. Damn. So there's one women's belt or 2 women's belts right now, right?
Yeah, there's one on SmackDown, one on Raw, dude.
And Rhea Ripley has the one Raw one, and then
I don't think Rhea Ripley has either.
Io Sky has the Raw one. Tiffany Stratton has SmackDown.
who has the Raw one?
Io Sky.
She's
Oh, yeah,
Japanese
yeah,
high
yeah,
flyer.
yeah. Oh no, I know who that is. No, yeah, she's crazy. It was a great WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was cool, I guess, dude. I didn't even see the last match. I went and played basketball, dude. Dude, playing basketball kind of fucked me up. Like, when's the last time y'all have like been in like a full sprint, dude?
A full sprint, like a sustained sprint.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while, honestly, since I've sprinted for something. I mean, like I've run and like worked out before.
Yeah, but dude, I was out
Right.
there hustling and I was doing like sprints, dude. And like the next day, dude, my legs were like fucked up. And I don't have fucking proper basketball shoes either. I had like shitty ass shoes and my feet were fucked up, dude. Like my feet and my legs. I'm like, damn, I am kind of an old head. I feel like I used to just be able to sprint and fucking like it wasn't anything. You know, you get older, dude. You get older.
You get older, you can't sprint, I guess.
Yeah. You know how they say your nose and ears grow like until you're dead? Like your nose and ears never stop growing, dude.
Is that true?
Yeah. Like look at an old person, they got big ass ears and a big ass nose. Like small. Like small growth, but they never stop growing, dude. And it's crazy because every year on my birthday, dude, my dick grows 1/2 of an inch, dude. Every year on my birthday. It's crazy, dude.
Dude, my dick grows every time I lie to someone.
And I started, but but I started negative, dude. I used to have an innie, dude. But I've slowly worked my way up to fucking 11 inches, dude. So
No, I figured out that my penis grows when I lie because I once had a boner in class. And this kid was like, hey, like Nick has a boner. And I was like, no, I don't. And they're like, and they're like, no, yeah, look. And I'm like, no, like it's just sticking out weird. And then it grew even more. And then I just kept denying my boner. And eventually
the teacher came and sucked it,
it
dude.
ripped up, burst out of my pants, dude. And it killed a kid.
That's tragic, dude.
And I've always told the truth.
I remember I think I saw that in the news.
I've never had a boner since in fear that I might hurt someone.
Yeah, that is pretty
And I never
dangerous,
lie.
dude. I forgot that you never lie, dude.
No, that's actually something a lot of people don't know about me. Is that I've actually never told a lie in my entire life.
That's crazy. Dude.
Everything I say is 100% true.
Do you think it's weird that boners like grow and like point in like the direction of vagina?
What do you mean?
Like your boner like goes up like an arrow, like pointing to like. Let's say that you were having an intimate
dude,
moment
that's like
with
genetic,
a woman,
bro.
Isn't that kind of trippy?
That's evolution, bro.
It's almost like like you like I don't know.
Evolution made sure you were able to reproduce, dude.
Yeah. You know, like the blackfish, bro.
Like the documentary?
Yeah, like the orcas at SeaWorld, they have the like the floppy fin because like their like fin gets so atrophied from not being able to swim long distances that like it just starts to flop over.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, if they just gave those fish a bunch of fucking Viagra, dude.
Fucking rocked up their fins.
Yeah. Fucking.
That might work, dude. I think Viagra just opens up all your blood vessels.
Yeah, it might work, dude.
And it gives them raging boners too.
Yeah, giant. boners,
They
dude.
wouldn't escape the boner.
Dude,
It would
orcas
give them like a rudder, bro. If they're swimming.
Do orcas get boners?
I have never seen a fish penis.
Fish have penises.
Dude, show me. Like,
Cause I know the frogs, bro. I think frogs just have like these like holes, bro. And one of them's like a female hole, and one of them's like a fucking male hole, and one of them like little like
that's so gay.
yeah. These frogs are gay as
Dude,
fuck,
your
dude.
species doesn't even have dicks.
That is weak, dude.
Pussies.
Kermit's cool though, dude.
I have so much less respect for frogs after hearing that.
What do non-mammals have dicks?
It's like, fuck you, dude. Go fucking stick your fingers in your hole.
Well, I've seen the turtle dick though.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a flap though.
No,
It's
dude.
kinda like a-
Turtles have fucking mean cocks.
but it doesn't look like a dick, but you can tell it's like his dick.
The thing is that like I've picked up turtles. Like, where does that motherfucker come out of? Like, y'all picked up a turtle, right?
And inspected like it's like
yeah,
crotch.
flipped it. Well, I mean, you flipped it over and we're looking at the fucking turtle. It's all shucked in itself. Did y'all see a cock?
It's probably in the shell, dude.
Tucked in.
It's
You think-
probably in the shell. Dude.
Damn.
It keeps
Breaks
that
through
thing
the
hidden.
shell when it goes.
Like, bro, if you had a shell, that's probably one of the first things you would hide is your dick, dude, to protect it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But like, where does it come out of when it's go time? Like the front? Like, does it?
They
like-
might have a little hole in the shell. I don't know. I'm just theorizing here. They
Do
might
the
have a
Ninja
little.
Turtles have that?
Yeah, but I think Ninja Turtles have giant like human cocks though. I thought they're green. I think Ninja Turtles have human dicks.
Do you think the Ninja Turtles penises look like more similar to a human's than like a regular turtles?
Yeah, if the human was fucking Johnny Sins, dude.
For real, you think they're fucking hung ass turtles?
They're mutants, bro.
Facts. Which turtle do you think?
No regular
Which turtle do you think is packing the hardest?
Probably Mikey for sure.
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the other ones are too intense. Like
Dude,
he's just too laid back and doesn't give a fuck, and because he just knows he has it figured out with this huge turtle cock, dude.
the smallest might be the red one, dude.
I mean, yeah, bro. He's probably packing a respectable dick, but like he doesn't have a big enough dick to bring down like his like drive for life. you
Well,
know?
bro, I mean, honestly, he probably has a massive cock. He's just been staring at his fucking three brothers, fucking big meaty turtle dicks, and has been feeling all sad about it.
Well, I think they hide in the shell, dude.
That is true. It's not like they're walking around slinging around and shit. But I mean, they're brothers, dude.
Yeah,
They've seen each other's penises.
penis is rocked up. They would have to be rocked up.
Why
you know what I
would
think
they
would be
have to be rocked
you know what
up?
I think would be a funny skit, dude?
What?
Is I was thinking about it. You know how your underwear and pants have a hole in them? Like,
Yeah.
like who the fuck is pissed? Like, do you guys ever just unzip your zipper and then put your dick through your underwear hole and piss?
No.
Like you know how you like leave your fly down?
Dude, I have like
I've attempted it.
I've thought about that before. That like every fucking piece of male underwear I've ever owned
Has like, except for like boxers, has like that little. Well, even boxers too, dude. Has like that little fold in the front,
It's only male.
and like it's obviously so you could, I guess, just stick your dick through it and piss real quick.
That's what it's for. So you like don't have to untuck your shirt.
That is who the fuck is using.
I don't know
that flap?
anyone, but like, what if like the skit would be like
The guy that actually uses it.
he uses it, but like leaves his fly down. His penis is just hanging out of his pants.
He like forgets to put it up.
He's like, "Oh, you left your fly down." Like like one dude who like does that.
They're talking like, you use the hole, I use the hole, and then
Yeah,
he pees
he-
and walks off, and he's got his fucking cock hanging out.
He's like, "Oh, you left your fly down," and his dick is hanging out of his pants. That's the skit, dude. Just something just brainstorming.
Oh
on
yeah, I
words.
see it. You know, I see it.
Something there, dude.
maybe.
It needs some work. It's a little rough around the edges.
I
right
mean,
now.
are you gonna show your penis in this skit? Is that part of it?
Someone could,
Is
dude.
that you pull your dick out?
It could be a fake penis, dude.
A fake penis?
Nah, it would have to be a real penis,
Oh, like,
dude.
yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, save on the budget. Just pull your
It
actual
needs to be a
dick
real
out.
penis,
Yeah.
dude.
I think it needs to be a real penis.
It's like a director's decision on the. Like, let's see the fake penis. You're like, nah.
No,
It needs to be your actual penis.
pull your cock out.
Yeah.
Do you think that's ever happened in a movie? There's a scene where they were using like a fake penis for something, and then the director was like, "No, honestly, like,
Let's see what you got.
yeah, like pull your dick out, kid." Like,
Hell yeah.
because you know, like, there's a lot of movies where they'll do a scene where the punch is fake a bunch of times, and then the director will be like, "I mean, if you're down to get punched for real, like,
Well, it's crazy. This dude Quentin Tarantino, bro, with the fucking feet, with Salma Hayek and Dusk Till Dawn, when she's doing the snake dance. He was like, no, like I personally need to fucking take the tequila
Yeah.
shot from her feet because I'm gonna do it just right. And that scene in Kill Bill 2 where the dip spit gets spit on her by like her
Yeah.
brother. Did you know that fucking Quentin Tarantino personally spit? Like that's him spitting.
And also, he in that scene where she's fighting the bitch that like whips the thing around, she gets that chain wrapped around her neck, and they were like doing it in the scene, and they said like Quentin Tarantino wasn't satisfied with the take because he said the choking looked fake. And so like he choked her right before the scene because he said he wanted like the veins to like be
Yeah,
in her
the blood
forehead
vessels.
and shit.
I mean, kind of hard to argue with that logic, dude. It makes sense. Like, did he probably get a fucking boner from that shit? Yes.
Oh no, I think both things are true. I was like, I think they were creative decisions that just so
that
happened.
benefited the movie.
Yeah, that just so happened to coincide with his boner. Yeah.
I think both of those things are true at the same time. Yeah. That's Hollywood.
I mean, it's his movie. A bunch of consenting
Showbiz.
adults. Like,
That is showbiz.
that's
bro.
showbiz, bitch.
I saw a meme that was like, you can say what you want about Harvey Weinstein, but this shit didn't exist when Harvey Weinstein was in office.
I've seen some of those memes, and it's like the Snow White thing.
It's like the Snow White. It's like Zendaya, like being hot. Like it's like the fucking Black Romeo and Juliet. Like it's like the, yeah, it's just like all the, yeah. Nah, we're being racist again, dude.
See, can I say something
We gotta
though?
move back around.
That I almost
I
wanted
take
to-
it back.
You know the meme of the dude like standing up?
You might have to be more specific.
It's like the meme people use, and it's like the painting of like the guy like standing up and like saying something.
Like, she's very beautiful to me.
Yeah, like that type of shit.
I know that meme. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, dude, like I honestly don't give a fuck about Snow White, and I think Rachel Zegler's hot, dude. And there's all these memes like catching like these frames of her like looking goofy, which you can do to anyone in any movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, honestly, I think she's pretty hot.
She is definitely hot. Her eyes are very wide apart, but no, she's hot. Like she's hotter than probably any girl you know. Like you probably don't know a girl who's as pretty as she is in real life.
I'll let you know if I do.
Yeah. But yeah. She's very hateable, dude. Much like Katy Perry in the Astronauts.
I heard her. You know what? In all the reviews I read of Snow White, they were like, this movie sucks, but her performance was pretty good.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I just wouldn't fucking know.
You know, I watched a little mini documentary on her on YouTube. She was like a drama kid, like a theater kid in school, and like was like the year after she graduated or something, was like in college or whatever, and submitted an audition tape to be like the main girl in West Side Story, like the like remake of it. And she was handpicked by the director, and she was one of like 40,000 girls who auditioned for that shit. And she'd never been in a movie before.
Damn.
Like she didn't have, like she was literally just like a theater kid.
But she had
fucking-
acted like she was in school. and
Yeah, she'd
shit.
been in like plays and shit. But yeah, she like sent that shit like an audition tape from her room. And all of a sudden she's like fucking booking serious roles like Shazam 2. And fucking eventually Snow White, dude.
Was she in Shazam too?
Yeah.
I never saw Shazam 2.
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah. That's like a movie I forget exists. I saw Shazam 1.
It's crazy. Have you seen the video of her being like the girl who everyone like chastised and like had wounded wings, but like she knows that whatever she does, like people will stand in line to like watch her perform or whatever.
I was like, that's not what's happening here.
I was like, she's literally been in fucking Shazam 2, which no one has seen, and fucking Snow White, which is like the biggest Disney flop of all time.
that for someone who was a lead role in 2 back-to-back box office flops, I would, yeah. I don't think that her perspective is right. But the thing is, though, a lot of people are saying that Snow White is low-key a net good for the movie industry. People are saying it's like a wake-up call and shit. And it's at Disney that they said after this Lilo and Stitch movie comes out, like all the live action adaptations are getting the plug pulled.
Nixed.
Yeah, and then they replaced Kathleen Kennedy from Star Wars. It's like some dude now doing it. And
Is that like the woke bitch who was like
that's like
running?
who they're making fun of in South Park.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like, dude, I mean, if you look on the internet, even people that agree with like the politics of it still think that shit sucks ass.
Well, just like how could it be good?
Yeah.
Like how could making your shit super woke make it actually good, dude? I don't know. Like if you're not making a movie with all intents and purposes of it being the best movie it can be, like then you're gonna have something less than the full potential of the movie. Just like in theory. Like
Yeah, dude. Like, there can be like a message you want your story to convey. And there's plenty of movies, like good movies like that, where if you look behind the meaning, it's like super political. But just kind of the way it's done and like I don't know, it's just kind of like the pandering to people. They're sick of it. And I think they're just sick of shit just kind of being good in general.
do you
Like-
think that Quentin Tarantino was thinking about fucking being woke, bro? When he fucking was choking out Uma Thurman in Kill Bill 2, bro.
Fuck no.
That's what he was thinking about, probably his boner, but also making the best movie he could make, dude.
Yeah. It's-
And when that's not the goal, bro, I mean, you're not going to have the best movies you can make.
I've heard that Mickey 17 movie is good.
I have no idea what that is.
It's that Boong Jing guy, like the director. They did Parasite. The
Oh,
Korean
that dude.
And then I heard that Sinners movie is good with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Seinfeld, whatever.
Dude, I don't think I've ever seen a movie that Michael B. Jordan is in. Like, actually watched the whole thing. I've seen, like, a piece of Black Panther. I've never seen Creed, dude. I've never seen... What else is he in?
Dude, there's literally some other movie. I was like, oh, he was in that. I was trying... What is it? I'll say it if it comes to me. But this was literally like yesterday. I think I was talking with someone and they brought it up. And I was like, oh, yeah, he was in that. He was in the Fantastic Four.
I never saw that.
I don't think anyone, except for me. That movie was horrible.
But I didn't realize how many movies I'd seen that have the Captain America, the black Captain America guy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie.
Clarence from 8 Mile, yeah.
See, he's actually a really good actor.
He's actually in a
People talk
bunch of movies
dude,
I've seen.
People talk shit on this dude for being a bad actor. And that's easy to do when like you're coming off a movie that got a bunch of negative reviews. But that dude is a good actor.
He's a good actor, bro, but at the same time, like on the same hand, like is the only thing that makes you a good actor like you're on screen. Like if you like Leonardo DiCaprio would never take on a role as a like Avenger. Like I think that part of what makes you a good actor is your taste in scripts that you choose to act in, dude. I think that's like a piece of the pie, dude.
See, bro, I think that's true to an extent, but I feel like with these superhero roles specifically, like part of it is kind of like you owe it to the fans to see it through. Cause like him as Captain America is something they've been setting up since like the second Avengers movie. And I feel like even though like going in, he probably knew this movie wasn't going to do great. Like at the same time, like when it's all said and done, it would be like such a bummer if it'd be like, oh yeah, like we never got to see like the Sam Wilson Captain America. Like that sucks. Like even though they kind of let us on, like the fact that at least played out. Like I feel like he kind of like he did the right thing and like stuck it out.
I mean, yeah, he might have. But I don't know. It's like I mean, that's what the conflict is in like the first several seasons of Entourage. Is that like he is like an up and coming booming actor, and he can either go down the road of being Aquaman and making a bunch of money and like committing to a couple sequels, or he can take on like a smaller independent project, which may pay him less money and not pay for his Rolls Royce and shit. But he has artistic integrity in that, and that will ultimately make him a more sustainable actor in Hollywood who's taken more seriously. It's like, I think there's like, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I think there is a balance to be struck. Because he was Aquaman, you know, like he did.
Yeah, he was Aquaman. Damn, bro. Don't overanalyze Entourage. Like
I mean,
that.
that's what it is.
It's about bros kicking it.
But it's about more than that. Entourage is actually pretty good, dude.
It's about bros hitting it big, dude.
I mean, yeah, that's what. But that is like the conflict.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's also interesting the conflict of like you're merging lives. Like, I mean, that one's more obvious. Like he like you still have pieces of your old life with you, like when you have made it in Hollywood.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he has like actual physical like humans from his past in it.
They were all like cool I mean, not to like just make like the talk now about Entourage, but I mean, like every like plot line long term in that show played out like really didn't even get like a conclusive like ending, and then it really went off the rails.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of times there's not a conclusive ending, bro.
That's like a dude. I mean, I mean like yes, but like that's kind of like I feel like that's like a writing cop out. Like,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude.
and I don't think that was the intention.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's hard to say. That's kind of just what I took it as, dude.
Yeah, and that was, I guess, all 8 people that have fucking watched all of Entourage. Can
Dude,
relate to
I
that?
think a lot of people have watched Entourage.
Dude, I feel like every like famous moment of Entourage is from like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, well, those are the best seasons, yeah.
Like no one gave a fuck about Entourage.
No, you should watch like the first like 3 seasons, 4-ish seasons of Entourage, dude. Really, bro, I tell people they should watch the first season of Dexter, dude. Like, if you watch the first season of Dexter and just take it as like not even like a movie, but like they say that like these series can reach like a point of detail that like is like on the level of like literature, like a book you would read. If you take it as like a movie book, like the first season of Dexter, dude, like I feel like that can
You're saying this to me?
I feel like that can stand alone like against like any like single like
I should kick your ass.
I mean I don't know, dude. You a big Dexter fan or something, dude?
I've seen the first season of Dexter. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think
you know how I feel about these things.
I think that the first season of Dexter is very good, dude.
Oh no, yeah, no, Dexter's good.
But the following seasons were definitely not as good, dude. It's crazy that his
Yeah.
sister in the show was his fucking girl in real life, like the actors. Did you know that?
True. I've heard that before. Yeah.
No, they were
Yeah, no, I
dating
didn't.
while they were playing brother and sister on the show, which kind of
I've heard Reacher is a good show. That stars fucking Thad Castle.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
Severance is good.
I haven't seen too many. New
I've
shows, dude.
seen memes about people being annoying about telling people to watch Severance, but like it is a good show.
But the dude who's been training me at work keeps asking me about Daredevil. Apparently, he like loves Daredevil. He says he's a
Okay.
huge Daredevil fan. He loves Daredevil. Daredevil's favorite superhero.
It's
And I told him I haven't
Hey,
watched it, but
give
my
him a
brother
fist bump
has.
for me.
And he was like, "Dude, you gotta watch it." Dude.
Okay, dude. So I'm glad you brought this up because one, Daredevil's in my top 5 favorite superheroes. He's not my favorite superhero, but that is someone like if you actually read comics and stuff, like Daredevil's one of the best superheroes. And no, the season it wrapped up last week, the season finale, and I kind of have mixed feelings about it, dude. Because what
Don't spoil it.
are you gonna watch it?
Maybe one day.
I was about to say, one thing I do like is that they made Daredevil Born Again almost like a reboot, like they would a comic book series.
Breaking the fourth wall.
No, I like that they didn't just do it. This isn't a 4th season of Daredevil. Like this is the first season of Daredevil Born Again, and they almost made it like a comic book reboot, where like obviously like it's a story that's been carrying on, but they've made it almost so you could like drop in on this season and like you wouldn't be completely lost. Like you could follow like the main plot line of the season.
Which I feel like that's how shows should be, low key, dude.
If you're gonna have a show that runs on forever and ever, yes.
Like I feel like a show should be like a band, and each season should be like an album, dude.
It depends like what you're trying to do. I think if you
if you do want to do a show like Daredevil where you cast like this one guy and it's like he's fucking Daredevil and we want to do this as long as we can, then like you should almost do each season like a comic book run and like call in different directors and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Different directors, but I think there should be a unified vision of the end of the series from the beginning.
All right. Yeah, but no, but back to Daredevil though. I did ultimately like this last season, but like when you really just look at the like, there's just like a few inconsistencies in the writing that fucking bothered me. Like for instance, there's this one point where someone says to the Punisher, which one thing like Daredevil's strong, like where it's strong, like even when the like the overall writing of the plot isn't making too much sense. Like you have John Bernthal as Punisher, who's like one of those like 10 out of 10 actors. You have William D'Onofrio as Kingpin, which is like a crazy like out of nowhere casting that works. Fight scenes are like A1, like as good as it gets in a superhero like live action show. But like, dude, it does fall flat.
Which
like,
season?
Some areas. This
The
new
newest season?
Yeah, this one that just ended.
And there's 3 seasons.
This is the 4th season.
4 seasons.
Yeah, so it got canceled after season 3 because season 3 was pretty rough. And then
Season 3 and 4 are rough.
No, season 4 is good overall. And like, so like what happened was that they were like, we're bringing back Daredevil. And then it was this project that like no one was really getting updates on for a while and stuff. And then they were like, all right, we're canceling Daredevil, like season 4. And then like a few years later, they came back and picked the project back up. And hired like a new director and new writers and stuff, but it's still they'd still shot like a bunch of shit from what they were gonna use in that 4th season, and like they filmed a bunch of new stuff. So like it's like I don't know, it's like a little weird, and you can kind of see you can almost kind of see when the new writers came in.
Yeah.
There's only like, you can always be like, oh, like this is and I mean, if you actually are going to watch it, I won't spoil it for you, but it starts so strong that it like the momentum carries it. And then after about an episode and a half, it's kind of like, all right, like it feels like nothing's happened since then. And then that kind of carries for a little bit. And then, it's good where it's good though. Like really good where it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of weird analyzing shows like shows like, do you judge them by their peak or do you judge them by like their like the collective work of the show?
You weigh them all on like you kind of like blend the
like
whole
The
thing together.
Simpsons, dude. Like, do you judge Simpsons by like the best seasons, or do you judge it by like fucking 2025 Simpsons?
Well, I would say you judge it all together. You would be like, The Simpsons is a great cartoon that literally changed television. But like as it started to go on, it started getting weaker and weaker, and the original creator left, and it's still running, and it's kind of just like a filler show now. Like,
I mean, yeah, that is true, but like,
it's just
like, how do you quantify that and like stack it against?
you don't.
another show?
I mean, you don't. Like it's not like it's all subjective, but
Yeah,
but it is one of those things that
Bless you.
like when you have a really good show like Game of Thrones, and then you fuck up the ending the way they fucked up the ending, that always gets brought up when like the show gets talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ruined the show.
yeah. Which I never watched Game of Thrones, but I remember, were we in like 8th grade when the ending came out to that shit? 9th grade? When did
We're
that
in,
shit come
like,
out?
Junior year.
All the when the ending of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, we were in high school.
I remember
Yeah.
people saying it was
Oh
weak.
no, the ending of Game of Thrones. no.
Yeah. No, I was like 25 in Game
The
of
For
Thrones.
start.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were in high school, the second to last when they started the bullshit.
Didn't they like run out of books or some shit? Wasn't it like based on a book and they had to like they didn't have any more books and they're like, fuck, we're making so much money. Like, oh,
They had
do
to like
this.
die very. That's always when shit gets fucked up.
But also the main writer was still there. Like the dude that wrote the books is still alive. But yeah, no, they ran out of. They
Well,
passed
he
the
hasn't
books.
finished the last. He's still writing
Yeah, he's still
the
writing
story's
the
not over.
last book.
But did he have so if the movie outpaced the book, does he have to follow the show? Does he have to follow the show in his actual book
No.
writing?
No.
No?
No,
So there's just like this weird overlap of inconsistency like between the
which
show
is like just like the way the story starts to move on at a point, just diverts from what like the source material is. Happens to anime all the time.
See, that kind of sucks that happens, but it seems like inevitable.
Well,
like
no.
you aren't gonna not make a show that's making you a fuck ton of money at the end of the day.
Will say, and I'm sure there's like exceptions you can bring up and stuff, but like whether it's like a movie, a video game, TV show, if you are, and then I mean, this doesn't apply to like kind of like the older characters like Superman or Batman because like their creators are dead. But if you're adapting something onto the screen and you don't have the original creator like in there locked in with you, it's probably gonna suck and you're gonna piss off the fans.
Yeah.
That's what even if you don't think it sucks, you're gonna piss off the fans because like you don't like understand it the same way as like the dude that made it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Invincible, like you just watched that. Bro, one of the reasons it's so fucking good is that like the creator of Invincible is making the show with them. So like any extra thing that's added in the show that wasn't in the comic book like has come from him.
It's always tripped me out, dude, to think about like these things like Harry Potter. Like, did J.K. Rowling like have like Harry, like she had that like in her head and then like put it into the world, dude? Like this whole like he's a wizard and went to a wizard school.
It's
like
crazy.
the muggles and like all these like intricate details and shit. Like
And what's so
It's just
crazy,
crazy.
is that like it becomes this big, huge thing, and it becomes so big where like Harry Potter is fiction, but you can't say Harry Potter like doesn't exist or like isn't real. It's like, I mean, Harry Potter's real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, yeah, I mean,
like no, like
I'm
these
not sure what the point is.
no, like the like to something to where like it's real now. Like not that like the story is real or like the things written down in your story are happening in real life, but like what you've made is so big that it just like exists on its own.
Well, it's like a significant part of like modern culture. Like it's like everyone knows who Harry Potter is.
yeah.
Even in like fucking like kids in like Syria probably know who Harry Potter is, dude. Like it's like that fucking big, dude.
Yeah. I mean, dude, and some of them just got like weird stories. I mean, like Spider-Man, Stan Lee said that like fucking they were just at his office like pressing him for another superhero. And he was just kind of like, fuck, like think. Like, and he was like, oh, fly on the wall, like fly man, like, nah, fuck, that sucks. Like, he was like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it kind of has a ring to it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I've also thought that about fucking. I mean, again with Quentin Tarantino, bro. Like,
He hasn't created like a franchise like that.
No,
that's,
but he,
an
like,
icon.
he like had a story like that good in his head, like Kill Bill or
yeah.
like Pulp Fiction,
No, that shit's crazy.
and then he like put it like into like a physical form.
Yeah.
Like
Just
that
the
that's
idea of-
pretty fucking trippy. It like I don't know. It like blends like the lines of like what is real. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird thing to think about.
Or dude,
dude.
someone like George Lucas. who
No,
cre-
yeah,
who-
that's
like not only did he create this like very like good story, he created like a world that this story exists in. It's almost like there's this whole world that like exists, and this story is just some shit that happened in it.
yeah.
Like this dude was thorough enough down to like there's a legal system. Like he figured out like how the economy works on all these different planets. Like it's almost like they say like the good mark of that is like you should be able Someone should be able to come in and make their own story and own characters that has nothing to do with your story in your world, and it would like still work.
Yeah, that is trippy.
And like
dude.
when you make something like Harry Potter, or like, because like Harry Potter is like such a fleshed out, like detailed like setting the story takes place in, is that I could write my own story about the fucking wizarding school for wizards in America with like my own wizard kid and shit, and like it wouldn't like feel out of place. You know what I'm saying? Not like me personally, like I'm a writer like that, but like a writer could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's trippy, dude. George Lucas.
Just all those people, dude.
Putting the movies like in reverse is fucking trippy too. Like, do you think like he like? Well, I know there's Star Wars books, but were the books like fully like already like written all the way like through like?
No, that's actually a common misconception. The movie was first.
Yeah. So, like, did he know like everything that happened in Revenge of the Sith when he like wrote like the like original Star Wars movies?
See, bro, I'm sure there's some interview he's in where he's explained that, but I don't know. I've wondered that too. It was like, bro, like when this dude was like fucking writing about like Chewbacca and Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, like did this dude really have like Revenge of the Sith in his fucking
Or is
head
that
at
just
the
like a
same
separate
time?
story he
Or
wrote?
did
Like,
it just like snowball like with that? But the thing is, like the first Star Wars movie is Star Wars Episode 4.
it's titled that?
Yeah.
Was it titled that at the time?
Dude,
Was it
I
titled
am-
that pre-prequel?
I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know for that's actually a good question. I've always assumed it was, but I've never gone and like verified that. I've never seen anything that says otherwise though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Damn, dude, they're actually putting Revenge of the Sith back in theaters this weekend.
Yeah, you said we're seeing that Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, maybe I should watch the Clone Wars fucking tomorrow. I'm about to be off work.
Damn.
I might run that shit while y'all are at work, dude. Refresh my memory, dude.
Refresh your memory? Shit, dude.
I remember I loved Clone Wars as a kid.
I actually watched Clone Wars like within the last 5 years and being like, this movie, Clone Wars isn't amazing. It's not worth the hate it gets though. Like
I thought Boba Fett was sick with the jetpack and gun. That shit was sick.
Boba Fett is sick.
And I thought that like the like Roman Coliseum fucking thing they did was sick too. And the purple lightsaber Samuel L. Jackson shit was also sick.
Yeah. Yeah, you start to see the darkness on the horizon.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, y'all want to call it there?
Yeah, I
Very
guess
good.
so, dude.
All right, that was the Cream Pod, episode 46. Boom, like, comment, subscribe. Search for us on Instagram and give us a follow, and we'll see you next time.